Pray for Utterpradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath should intervent the falsely implicated cases against Tharu tribals, especially disabled, by misusing the Section 26-27 of Indian Forest Act and the Wildlife Protection Act by the Samajwadi Party tenure on 2012 to prevent the forest rights of the Tharu tribals. Reference from 6th November, Times of India, Chennai edition newspaper. Officials say these men are poachers, one blind, another ill, and another in chains. These cases are among hundreds of bizarre ones filed against Tharu tribals. A blind man was booked for hunting deer. A mentally ill man shackled since childhood was accused of cutting down trees, and a man who cannot walk due to spinal disorder was charged with climbing tree to destroy bird nest. These were not isolated errors but part of over 4,000 forest crime cases filed in 2012 against members of the Tharu tribal community in Lagimpur Geri district during the Samajwadi Party government tenure. Many of the accused, including people with physical or cognitive disabilities, elderly villagers, continuing to appear in court more than a decade later to fight legal battles for offences they insist they never committed. Among those named in FIR was 40-year-old Sardar Ram Bajan, blind since birth, who lives with his family in Sariabara, a Tharu village about 1.5 km from the India-Nepal border, located near the Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. I have never ever seen the forest, he said. I walk with my 70-year-old mother's help. She holds one end of a stick and I hold the other. My younger brother Rajan is mentally disabled and has remained shackled in chains since childhood. Yet both of us were booked. Har Dayal Singh, 55, who suffers from chronic spinal disorder and cannot stand upright, was charged with climbing trees to destroy bird nest. They say I climbed a tree. Maybe in my next life. Right now I can barely stand, he said. Village priest Gramlal, who was conducted daily puja for over 40 years, was also booked in his case for selling wild meat. I have not left the village in years. I only know prayer. I don't know the forest or the market, he said. The Tharu community, an indigenous group native to the Terai region of Uttarpradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar and southern Nepal, has historically relied on farming and forest-based livelihoods. After Dudhwa was declared a national park in 1977 and later upgraded to a tiger reserve in 1988, several Tharu villages ended up within or alongside protected forest zones, losing traditional access to land and resources. BJP MLA Romi Sagani from Balia constituency said the mass registration of cases in 2012 followed a petition filed by a Tharu union seeking legal recognition of their forest rights. While the matter was still being heard in court, a group of locals reportedly entered the jungle to collect fallen firewood. They filed cases not only against those who went into the forest but also people who never left their homes, the physically incapable and even the dead. Shri has since raised the matter with Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. In Sariabara, where the total population is around 1,500, at least 375 residents were booked under various provisions of the Indian Forest Act and Wildlife Protection Act. Village Pradhan Ram Bahadur has 29 cases against him, of which he has secured bail in 26. I have already spent more than 9 lakh rupees on legal expenses and had to borrow 3.5 lakh just to keep up with the cases, he said. Most of the FIRs were filed under section of the Indian Forest Act such as section 626, which bars felling trees, clearing land or hunting in the reserved forest, and section 27, which restricts residents and entry into sanctuaries. Last month, Gram Pradhans from 7 Tharu villages met Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Lucknow and urged him to intervene. The Chief Minister assured them that the matter would be formally investigated and relief provided to those who were falsely implicated. Bible talks about Utterpradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath intervention on Tharu tribals in Proverbs 20 chapter verse 28. Mercy and truth preserve the king, and his throne is upheld by mercy. Amen.